Hello, Ruth. Welcome to the Crypts. I've been waiting for you. We've got stuff to look at, stuff to see, stuff that has been here for eternity. We got lost treasures. Come on in. Get out of the cold. Come on. Come on in, Ruth. Come on into the front porch where all the terrible Halloween things lurk all year long until it's Halloween. Now, let's not dawdle. We've got things to see, and I'm like, it's cold as below zero out there. Let's go through the crime scene tape. Ready? Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, go. Dun, dun, dun. Come on in. We're going to be looking in the front hallway, Ruth. Step into the first chamber, and I'll show you some stuff we put on the wall. There's an Aurora Wolfman. Now, that's on foam core, and I bought it like 30 years ago, and it was illegal. The company went out of business because they didn't have the license. But I bought it. It was when you bought stuff out of magazines. And then there's the Mummy. I just had that copied. It's not the original, but I copied it and framed it at Michael's. And of course, this other thing, as you well know, anybody that knows anything, that's a Frazetta. And long time ago, that used to be on my office wall when I had an office. Come on into the front hallway of the Crypts. I want to brag about my posters, because not only do I collect monsters, toys, figures, comic books, posters were something to collect once upon a time, and I did, of course. Here's a Marvel Pantheon poster. Now, we've got the same exact poster in our exhibit, and if you want to know more about our exhibits, go to supermonstercity.com. And I've spent a lot of time trying to find my best stills. There's Lon Chaney Jr. as the Wolfman. There's a very good friend of mine, Oscar Backlund, in a show he was in. Here is the scariest silk painting I could find in Vietnam. And of course, below it is Frankenstein Meets the Worst Wolfman, the first sort of crossover movie event of most of our lives. Now, I've tried to fill this entire room with memory, magic, and nostalgia. If you look up, that was also... You got that for $1 back in the day. And that was also in my office when I had an office. Doc Savage, the arch enemy of evil. And come forward over here. I want you to show you another one. I bought at Pike Place Market. It's Capt Seattle. And he's battling the King Rodent of underground Seattle. That's Capt Seattle. He fights with a umbrella. And that's his assistant Raindrop. And that was a pretty cool thing to do. Now, like I said, downstairs in the Crypts, I have more posters than can be counted. And say, what do I frame? You have to go through them and whisper to yourself, what do I want to look at? Because they're doing no good in the basement. All of you have stuff that is no good in boxes, and I'm trying to get stuff out of boxes because we all want to enjoy it before it's too late. Here's a Pantheon movie poster. We'll take a look closely at that later. Don't worry about that. We'll do another video because it's so cool. Over there, from my office long ago, one of my first framed pictures, if you can get it without glare. That's beautiful. That's a Barry Smith Conan. Holy macaroni. It's been busted and molded, but still looks a lot coolness. Over here, we got sort of things about Super Monster City. This was the first write-up about our first exhibit back in Minneapolis, way back in the day. And like I said, we put toys on exhibit and tell the history of pop culture and the history of us. Above it's a poster we sell. It's part of our merchandise package. All those photos are by Steven Zerbe. And if you pan over, that's a great painting by a good friend of mine, Carol Snitzer. And last but not least, I found this unframed piece of art, probably mass-produced, and it was just on the window ledge of my father's workshop, and it sort of bespoke to me that if he had saved it and was looking at it, it must be pretty cool. So there you go, Ruth. What do you think?
Hey, it's amazing.
So that's just a smattering of the framed prints in this house, because I want to frame them all. I want to fill up all my wall space. There's still empty spaces here. Oh, and by the way, I'm wearing just part of my button collection. And we want to welcome you to Super Monster City. Here's Cyril the Centipede. This is Ruth's toy. She thought he needed a little exposure. But here we got, Harmon Killebrew, and we got Humphrey and Muskie. We got Shriver. We got I'm a Beetle Bug, and I'm a Batman fan. We used to buy these for a nickel at the store. They were like collecting trading cards. I've got a whole drawer downstairs. Do you want to hear about them? Tell me about the stuff you framed. What posters were on your wall? We're going to keep going. We got a day off, and Ruth and I are going to shoot videos. Take care. Bye-bye. See you.